When we imagine cleanliness in medieval England, the image is often extreme. Either people never washed at all, or they lived surrounded by constant filth. Neither is true. Medieval people cared about being clean. Cleanliness began with what was visible. Water was fetched from wells, rivers, or town conduits and used carefully. Heating water required fuel, so washing was usually quick and practical rather than indulgent. Clean hands mattered because people ate with their fingers, and dirt was socially noticeable. The real foundation of cleanliness was not bathing, it was linen. Most people wore linen garments next to the skin. Linen absorbed sweat and oils, protecting heavier wool clothing from dirt. These undergarments could be washed more often, boiled, scrubbed with ash-based cleaners, and dried in the open air. Even when the body could not be bathed, clean linen made a person feel and appear cleaner. Bathing did exist, but it was occasional rather than routine. In warmer months, people washed more easily in rivers or with water heated in pots. Some households used wooden tubs brought close to the hearth and filled bucket by bucket. This required time, fuel, and privacy, so it was planned rather than casual. Towns also had bathhouses at various periods, and bathing could be social as well as practical. Medieval people did bathe, just not daily. Soap was known and used in some households, though it was very different from modern soap. It was made from animal fat mixed with lye from wood ash or plant-based alkalis. It worked, but it was harsh and used carefully. Soap cleaned skin and cloth, but hot water and scrubbing were just as important. Scented soaps existed but were luxury items. Hair and grooming mattered constantly. Washing hair in cold weather was difficult, but combing was essential. Combs were common household objects used to remove dirt and lice. Parasites were a regular problem in pre-modern life, so cleanliness often meant control rather than elimination. Bedding and clothing were aired whenever possible, especially in sunlight or near the hearth. Teeth were not ignored. People cleaned their mouths using cloths, small sticks, or herbal rinses. Dental care was basic, but medieval diets contained far less refined sugar, which reduced some forms of decay compared to later centuries. Smell was part of cleanliness too. Homes were smoky. Animals lived nearby. Cooking happened indoors. To manage this, people brushed wool garments, aired rooms, and used herbs to improve scent. Cleanliness was about comfort as much as appearance. Religion reinforced these habits. Washing before prayer and meals carried moral meaning. Clean hands and clean clothing reflected order and discipline. While spiritual purity mattered most, physical cleanliness was seen as supportive rather than irrelevant. Some towns attempted to manage cleanliness beyond the household. Rules governed waste disposal, street cleaning, and dumping refuse. Enforcement varied, but dirt was recognized as a problem rather than accepted as normal. Season changed everything. Summer allowed washing, airing, and drying. Winter restricted water use, fuel, and movement. Cleanliness became tactical. Wiping instead of washing, brushing instead of soaking, staying dry rather than spotless. Medieval cleanliness was not about perfection. It was about routine. People washed what they could, changed what mattered most, managed hair and clothing daily, and adapted to the limits of water, fuel, and time.